All right. Let's see. I didn't get all of my windows working the way I normally do. But hello, everybody. We're here. We're live. I am going to put on my headphones shortly. For those over on the landscape, you'll notice that there is a new scene right now. We're waiting for Hectorr to join with his handsome face. Don't know why this is not picking up my, oh, okay, don't do that then. Didn't want you to do anything anyway. Well, that's not fun. Okay. Now, waiting for Hectorr to join with his handsome face. So you guys see a different screen of mine over on landscape only. Over on portrait, you're going to see the scene change once Hectorr joins in. But yeah, we're trying something different today. Don't know why this is not liking my, interesting. We'll try that then. Okay, I probably should put in my headphones, so when he joins, we're good to go. Thank you for that. I forgot to change the live goal. Hi, Securitron. I'm over here like psyching myself out on things, so y'all just bear with me. Be patient. We've got an amazing screener sitting in the thing with us. So as you guys can tell, there is a new number to call. We will be screening your calls today. So if you're going to be a horrible person, get it out and get it out quickly is what I'm going to say to you right now. Okay? If you're going to be the person that says bad words, get it out super duper quickly. All right? I don't want any patience. I want you to just, get it out quickly, let it off your chest. Because I'm going to find out. Just so you know, I'm going to find out pretty quickly. All right, if you're a troll. You guys aren't hard to figure out if you're trolling or not. You do such a poor job at it. And I'm honestly just over all the trolley trolls. So there's that too. We will not be having any at all. Any TikTok guests. So TikTokers, don't bother. The only one that's going to be up on the panel at any point is going to be Hectorr. All right? That's it. We're already getting a raid over on TikTok. We should be seeing it over on the tubes. Thank you for the Erica raid. Hi, D. Trying to get this stuff set up. Why are you twisted? There we go. Oh, you're welcome, Thomas, or thank you. Okay. All of this should work shortly. Ayo, W Erica Raiders. Don't mind me. Oh, snap. I forgot to refill my water. This is when I need Hectorr to join, so I can leave you guys unattended for a brief moment. And could leave you guys unattended for a brief moment and grab my water that I left on the counter. Oopsie daisy. Boards, I think, are you referring to crazy guy named Bad that said all that weirdness and I couldn't tell the difference? W Erica Raiders. We'll put that out. Can Ma type that in the comment and pin that, please? W Erica Raiders or welcome Erica Raiders. There we go. Thank you, Olive. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, and here we are. So, I assume, like, I'm gonna hear some fun comments about, I don't know, Hegseth's little committee hearing today that occurred. I just assume that I'm gonna hear some of that. I'm not for sure. And that's cool. Though that can come. I listened to at least half of it. So there's that. Ooh! That's so cute. Sorry. I now get to see the animations for the YouTube GIFs, and that was a turtle drinking water. The most interesting thing I've seen. That's just like drinking one of those jugs of water. That was pretty cool. Thank you so much. Thank you, Excalibur, for sending a stay hydrated. All right. Ayo. I wonder. Yeah, you were making fun of Bad. I need to I mean, I'm gonna laugh at him regardless, right? Bad, he's gonna get laughed at. Who? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say it again. 0 TikTok guests except for Hectorr. That's it. Yeah, best raid ever. There you go. Just wait, Erica. When Hectorr joins, we're gonna change the screen and the layout. It'll be interesting. He's just got to join the right thing. No. So the parts that I watched, when it came to his committee hearing, it wasn't like anything crazy. Nobody really raked him over the coals. He did a stupid "but California" thing when it came to gas prices. You're in the link thingy? It should be, wait, no, which one? I don't see you in either link, Hectorr. I don't see you on screen. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see you on screen. The one, okay. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Let's try a different one. Interesting. Ah! Well, that didn't change anything. Okay. Maybe I didn't hit it right. Hectorr, close out of that and go to this link. Nope, join a different link. I just sent you a new one. My bad, Hectorr. Technology. I didn't say I was great with technology. There we are. I didn't say I was great with technology.
Sorry.
There we are.
All right. Fuck.
Oh, you have a slight reverb on there.
I do. Shit.
Can you do anything without your mixer, or does your mixer have to be on?
What happens when I cut this off? I think it'll completely take off my sound. Let me see.
Okay. Watch this, portrait viewers. This is gonna be cool. And we're different. And now you guys see Hectorr. Isn't that fun? Yeah, no one can hear you now, that's for sure. Okay, so I guess you do need it on.
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But does that reverb? How does that sound?
It sounds robotic. Somebody said cyber Hectorr, so yeah, robotic is the correct word.
God damn it.
TikTok can't hear him? That's not... Oh, I know why. Because I need to... Hold on. I know exactly why. Boom. Talk, Hectorr.
Hola.
There he is.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I fixed it on TikTok, but not as far as any... So far, you guys have absolutely failed the screening. So I just want to let you know, for people that are calling in the number, you're absolutely failing the screening.
It's actually crazy. Why am I... Oh, okay. Just check. Oh my gosh, I'm here. In this dual screen set that I have questions about later.
I already know, unfortunately, that the app that I'm using is not available on a Mac.
I hate it here.
I'm so sorry. I'm just being
Nothing's
honest.
available on Mac.
I'm just being honest. They're all hanging up, Lenati. Guys, when you call the number, you are going to get screened by somebody. We're not, just so you know, I'm not dealing with y'all slurring out and stuff.
Let me try this. My sound's going to go off for a second.
No worries. All right. But we will say this. Okay. Hegseth wasn't honestly horrible. You do? Okay, Matt, we'll talk on that one. Hegseth wasn't horrible from the parts that I listened to. Oh, that's a weird one, Lenati. I don't know about that one. That's a weird one for sure. Oh, I need to keep that open. Why did I do that? Okay. So the parts that I listened to, he didn't do bad. He just, of course, diverted answering any questions. He avoided it the whole time, which is normal for freaking anyone in this administration to be doing that. Oh, you accidentally, okay, I see. Lenata, you accidentally put that in my thing, it looks like. So we'll just remove that note. Okay. People are asking you to say funny stuff in the chat because you sound robotic. It's kind of funny, to be honest. Let's see. Oh, I will say this, guys. The state of Florida is trying to go through and have a long legal battle with their redistricting map because it's actually against. No, Linus, he's currently muted on purpose. So, Florida already has a constitutional amendment that bans the use of partisan gerrymandering within our state. You want to say something, Hector?
You should be able to hear me now.
Yeah, you're coming in super loud, but that's okay.
Reverb gone?
Reverb is
robot thing gone?
Gone. I can
Perfect.
also fix how loud you come through by just turning you down a little bit. Just the teeniest amount. Okay. Now the other thing is that you'll need to, after this person gets screened, is you'll join call-in studio, which I fear might have a similar issue.
I changed the sound on my end because I was using the thing. I just switched back to my mic. That should fix most of it.
Oh, perfect.
I think. I hope.
Yeah. So now you just join call-in studio, but you join as a screener.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I have to collab with somebody else or with Aisha and figure out how to get my sound working a different way. Yeah. What was I talking about? Was I talking about Hegseth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I was actually talking about Florida at this time. So, yes, thank you, Matt, for testing. Yeah, Matt helped test a good portion of this yesterday, and I'll have to do more testing later this week, over the weekend, into next week, depending on whatever. But yeah, no, so Florida is trying to redistrict the state, but there's already a state constitutional amendment in Florida that says you can't do it for partisan purposes. Like you can't do it to limit one party or another's voice. And they did that anyways, trying to say that it was in line with the recent Supreme Court decision when it came to the race part. Even though it says, like in the constitutional amendment, it says you can sort of utilize, like, sorry, I did break this down with an attorney today to get some reference points. So W Bishop. So yeah, the constitutional amendment in Florida bans the intentional use of race to favor or disadvantage voters. And it also requires that maps not dilute minority voting strength. So the way I see it is the way the current constitutional amendment works is the idea of it is to make sure everybody has like the same amount of voice available to them.
The idea.
I'm not saying that it works. They're basically supposed to make districts within Florida that have an equal representation of each race, which is of course impossible anyway because there's way more white people in Florida. But hey, that's the idea of it. Oh, she's talking to two people at once. That's going to be messy. Did you join in as the screener?
Screeners. Wait, am I waiting on a link?
Just go to Call in Studio and create an account.
Call in Studio. Wait, is that with the email? Did I do with the email?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Still figuring things out. I don't know if this is gonna happen here.
That's okay.
This tab over.
My screens are crazy right now because I see like 5 of us. It's great. It's fantastic.
Oh gosh. W that triple. I'm about to get a third monitor though. They're helpful.
I have 2 small ones and 2 32-inch monitors.
Okay. And create an account.
What did somebody? Oh, some CC in the tube chat said you got a lot of bass. I'm like, yes, he's got a lot of bass in his voice.
It's how my mama made me.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just how he talks.
I can't. You haven't heard me yell at a Trump supporter yet, so there's that.
Goddamn. Oh, also, guys, for anyone wondering, my co-host is Hectorr. It says it in the title. Also, his link directly to his tube channel is in the description. So you guys can just go right there and hit subscribe during this if you enjoy watching him too.
Okay, I am in, and I'm supposed to press host show.
Screen. There should be an option that
says
screen calls.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will see it when you join, and I'll just pop you right into the room.
Okay. I press ready and allow while visiting the site.
Yep.
And my mic's there. Connect to show. Ah!
I see you. There it is. Okay. I don't know how this is going to do things with volume, so we're going to see.
I can control my output. But yeah, I hear you from here now.
Cool. Let's see. Hello. Okay, talk.
Talk.
Oh wow, that changed your sound, unfortunately, but you still you don't sound robotic still. Okay. I was worried it was going to create an echo. It did not.
Okay.
So that's right.
W. Okay.
W, yeah. I agree with that one. That did not create an echo. Sounds great. I'm good with that. I can deal with all of these things. Fantastic. Okay. Lenati has everybody in the... I don't know what's happening.
In the meantime, between time, make sure you guys are double tapping that screen. Very important that you double tap the screen. Those of you on the like side, the YouTube side, you can hit that like button on it. Obviously, send your daily heart me's. Share out the live with your friends and family. Repost, add to your story. Knock out the little gift goals that she has up top, which I believe the heart me's are done. So now we just have some roses. That's going to continuously boost us out into the FYP. And always, her links are available in the bio for the best way to support Ari.
Oh, that wasn't okay. That's fine. I get it. Lenati's a little overwhelmed with everybody calling in. Hi, you said your name is Noah. Noah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. How old are you, Noah?
I am 25.
25. Okay. Are you still supporting Trump?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, fantastic. Hector, do you want to start it off? You're talking with me and Hector, and I gotta go grab water. I keep forgetting about that.
Sort of the deep voice crackly guy, apparently. So why is it that you're still supporting Trump in the year of our Beyonce's Internet 2026?
Because I hate nigger.
Okay. Bye. Oh no! Shit! I did the wrong thing. Crap. Can you guys hear me again? I thought I could hang up on him, but I instead hung up on myself. I guess he left. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened.
You accidentally dropped out of the part 2. Let's see.
Whoopsies.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I was just like, oh, and he accidentally dropped out. I
pressed hang up because I thought I was hanging up on him.
No, you just hit drop for them. Yeah, you don't ever hit hang up for yourself. Wow, guys, everybody's calling in. Lenati, before you move anyone up to screen, be sure to, instead of putting them into the host room, you put them into the host queue whenever you're done talking to them, and just bring up one person at a time into your screening, because you're going to get overwhelmed. There she is. Okay. She can hear us both ways. Did you want to bring your TikTok account up on the panel or no?
Oh, yeah. Let me do that.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Fantastic. All right, let's see. View.
This is a lot of technical work.
You're telling me.
W.
Yeah, this is, hey, I mean, this is me utilizing my time from co-hosting on someone else's channel and figuring it out from there. His voice shouldn't be doubled. I actually don't understand because I muted it entirely from anyone being able to hear him.
They said now I have an echo.
You don't for me.
Your sound changed when I came back, so that was weird. But, I mean, sounds fine.
Let me just do that. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Is that better? Talk for a moment.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah, it's weird.
They said Ari sounds fine.
Oh, now you sound fine. I just
an echo, not much.
No, I figured out for myself. You are good.
Okay.
You sounded fine a moment ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, now it didn't. What was that? Hold on a second.
I'll let y'all know. It's 2026. We still have some work to do with technology. And AI is not that advanced.
Okay.
What's that bass? Wait, do I sound more based?
I
guess.
Talk?
How do I sound right now?
That sounded funny. That sounds so fucking funny for no good reason. Okay, let's see if I go ahead and turn this on. And then like... Oh wait, talk?
I hope I sound good.
Yeah. Now none of us should... Now there should be nothing. Everything should be good now. I think I fixed that immediately. I don't know what I did. I pressed a button. Now you sound... It should not be echoing still.
It's already doing it makes your Hector go back and forth from muffled to echo. What?
No, you just... I can't...
They said it was fixed when I accidentally dropped myself. So maybe I should drop and come back? I don't know.
No, because you won't hear the callers. That's the problem. You won't be able to talk to the callers.
Oh.
It's no one's gonna notice that he's. It's only when you guys know him that you know that it's slightly muffled, but it sounds like he's on a phone because he is on a phone.
Uh, call?
Uh,
Yes?
I mean, you sound fine to me.
I can't hear myself. So you sound fine to me. So if this is the medium, then I don't hear any issues.
Yeah. All right. Cool. We do have a caller. We're not discussing the part that he wants to talk about, but yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
Aaron, you are on my show, Ari's show, with Hector and Ari. How are you doing today?
Good to hear from you too. I've been seeing, or you've been doing collabs with a bunch of people. Weren't you with Polly and now you're with this guy? That's pretty cool.
I am probably the person that gets around the most on YouTube as far as co-host time. So
That's pretty neat.
I guess I should say screen time because otherwise it sounds horrible. Um, yeah, so there's that. The funny thing is everybody else I haven't ever actually met except for three people that I've co-hosted with. I've only met 3 people. So I only know Hector as a person with no legs.
Oh my God.
Wait, so y'all aren't in the same room or anything?
No.
No.
2
Oh,
different
okay.
states.
Name the same area
Yeah.
code.
What's your name again, sir? I talked to you once, I think.
Have you now? My name is Hector.
Hector. Okay, nice to meet you. I've talked to Ari. It gets heated sometimes, but I do like talking to Ari. She's all right.
All right, cool. Appreciate that.
No legs is crazy.
Yeah, it's okay. It's because you never heard the joke that the weird thing about meeting people on the internet is you only know them from the chest up, so it's like you have no legs.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
So I know Polly has legs, Mia has legs, and Matt all have legs, but Hector is still.
Hector, can we confirm on air that you're wearing pants or no?
I can absolutely confirm that I'm just not out here airballing it with the tip. I promise you, I'm good. Absolutely.
Okay, at least we can confirm that. That's on record now. If you're aware.
Yeah, I don't think people wanted that image in their head.
Not even I wanted that image in my head. That's hilarious. Y'all out here doing stuff. All right, that's funny. Lenati says she's having fun with screening calls, so that's great. Okay.
She is.
So, are you still supporting Donald Trump, Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your main reason for still supporting Trump?
At this point, I mean, a lot of the reason I'm supporting him is because I voted for him, and I did like how he was handling, I mean, his foreign policy, and I did like how he was saying he was going to help the mainland, but I am starting to feel a little bit underwhelmed.
Oh, so like not impressed with him, you mean?
Not as much as I would like to be.
Gotcha. Okay, so what's he done so far that's earning your continued support?
I mean, I like the fact that, and I know you guys are going to disagree, but I like the fact that we aren't shy to say that we're a great country and we're putting kind of our pride out there. I like to feel American. He did that better than Kamala, I would feel like. I also did like the ideas of going out there like with the no tax on tips and handling the problem that was at the southern border and the foreign issues that we were having with nations that were messing with us. But I do feel like a lot of those have gone a little too far or haven't gone far enough.
Interesting. So you like the fact that we are currently under more of a performative, showboating administration? I have yet to see anything that Kamala Harris said or did that would have disparaged this nation outside of speaking on its accurate
history and atrocities. But even then, she would follow up with our improvements from those dark times.
Yeah, I mean, are you what are you saying? Like, are you saying it's just uh can you say that again? I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm saying the Trump administration has been really good at putting on a show and I guess imposing some nationalistic pride in the way that they have. But your specific comment was you felt that he did it, I guess, in terms of representing America better than Kamala Harris, which is interesting because, again, she didn't necessarily disparage this country. And the things that we're seeing from Trump are more so showboating versus actual, I guess, substance and merit, especially if we're talking about what came out of his term.
Yeah, I
And
concede to that, and I'm starting to see more and more of it being showboating. So I mean, I don't disagree with that. So I did like that because I mean, I don't know, it's like sports wise, like a favorite team. Like I want us to cheer and like each other and feel good, but also we got to perform. So I'm waiting to see more of the performance play out.
fascinating. Well, I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon in regards to being at the top of the food chain. So I think that's really an issue that you have to worry about. We have several other factors that we should probably be a bit more concerned on, such as our national debt being $39 trillion. He ran off of fiscal responsibility, and we have seen the complete opposite, especially in regards to the Department of War. And I actually will call it that because I think it perfectly reflects what they're doing. So I'm curious as to what your positions are on our actions on foreign policy.
So I mean, I was a fan of the capture of when it came to Maduro. I do like the pressure we were placing on the Latin American countries, like with Cuba and stuff. I was fine with Iran initially, but now I'm starting to get like this is overplayed, and I think it's causing a little more harm than good at this point. There's not really a reason we should be out there, and them holding the Strait of Hormuz is hurting us. I don't like what's happening at the pump. Uh, I do think that Ayatollah had to go. He was a very dangerous man, a very dangerous country. So I wasn't mad at that, but now it's kind of seeming like overkill.
Interesting. What is it about the act in Venezuela that you think is such a good thing? Because we can universally agree, obviously, Maduro was a crappy individual, but his regime is still there. As recent as today, in Pete Hegseth's hearing, or whatever you want to call it, we had a Republican congressman actually support us going back into the region because he says we have to finish cleaning up. Um, we have to finish cleaning up Venezuela. And the Trump administration, Hegseth, complimented themselves, gave themselves a little pat on the back on. It was just a one and done act. We took them out, we left, even though Trump talked about
In
openly
45
staying there for a
minutes.
couple of weeks. Like in 45 minutes, and no, allegedly, no U.S. troops are unalive. He refuses to talk about the death toll on their side. But then now we're going to go back and do it again. So it was a little bit more than just removing one person when they kind of ran the government and their vice president is still in power.
So the question would be, how do I feel about how that was handled? Or
Yes, and the fact that it didn't really solve anything.
I would say that I believe Delcy puts on a big talk when she's talking in front of her people, but she at least is a little more, I'd assume, easier to work with, like than Maduro. Maduro was not a big fan, and he was not. God damn, my dogs are barking like crazy. Sorry, I can't hear myself think. Um, that Delcy was somebody that I feel like is a slight better person that we could talk to. I mean, we got CIA in there. We got a little less of their influence from the foreign world, like China and Iran. I don't know if they're still going over there parading with Maduro all day. So it's a positive step, I think.
I guess with the threat of her being removed as well, it would warrant more compliance. I don't know if that really makes her a better leader to the United States.
Yeah. She's more of I will actually I'll rephrase this for a moment because I did some reading on what was happening in Venezuela. I will give Delcy some credit in the way that she is removing people from their positions that were extreme loyalists to Maduro. I'm more worried about because we all know, at least in my opinion, we all know that the removal of Maduro just sets a dangerous precedent for other countries to go in and capture the leader of any other country that they so choose simply because they disagree with them or they've committed acts against another country. So, for example, if you look at the DRC and Rwanda, what's stopping the Rwandan military or the DRC's military from infiltrating each other and picking up the other one's president?
I mean, I guess nothing. I mean, if you want to say international law, but do those little countries follow that?
And the United States definitely doesn't.
Yeah. It was, in my opinion, I mean, I do believe that it didn't bother me so much getting rid of him. I know that a lot of people are saying, well, the law and overstepping and everything, it was a capture of a person that did have criminal charges, right? That at least is allowed, I thought.
No. There's actually a process called extradition that has existed, and that's the proper international process. Is you extradite somebody that has pending charges in another country. You don't just go in there and capture them. And thank you, Capo, for the 10 gifted memberships. So no, automatically disagree. You don't go capture them. It's the same thing that we did with the former president of Honduras. We extradited him through a legal measure.
Yeah, so actually I got a question for you or for Hector. Would y'all be willing to break international law if you could right now be the president and remove Benjamin Netanyahu? Would you do it?
No.
I would argue we can literally use the law to get him, and it's more so being scapegoated.
But let's
versus
just
it
say
needing to be
hypothetically,
broken.
like he was like Maduro, like you had him over here, he's messing with a bunch of people, and you know, like, oh, we got him. Like you said, actually, yeah, we got him on some stuff we could get, but international law doesn't permit it. Would you go capture him still to
No.
get rid of what you would consider an evil?
No, I would
So
wait
you're gonna
for.
stick to your morals, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I would wait for him to enter a country that has an extradition process and ask them to arrest him. So, for example, what the United States should have done multiple times every time that he set foot on our soil is arrested him and sent him to the ICC or the ICJ to sit and be tried for the warrants that are out for him from the international courts.
And there are several.
does Trump have any warrants from the international court?
It's a good
That
question.
actually do not know.
Let's find out. I know he's put sanctions on the ICJ.
No.
Not
To my
yet.
knowledge. Yeah.
Oh, which, give me 1 second, Hector. And grab something.
Okay. From what I'm seeing here, it would be extremely complicated to do so on a U.S. sitting president specifically. So he has a couple layers of protection. To
Well,
be
yeah,
fair.
they could never actually get like any U.S. president in general. I don't think so. But I was gonna let y'all go in a little bit. I was gonna ask, could I ask what presidential candidate you two would prefer if y'all could pick anyone for 2028?
I guess my top pick. I really like Andy Bashir out of Kentucky.
Andy Bashir, never heard. It's a her?
No, it's a man.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was, he was actually one of the top people in line for the VP pick of 2024.
That's correct.
Wow, wait. Oh no, he's not in office right now, is he?
Yeah, he's governor.
He's a sitting governor. Sitting is not the right word. He's the governor of Kentucky currently.
Kentucky has a Democratic governor? What?
Yes. Had a Democratic governor for some time. He weathered us through the pandemic and several other things. I think he has
I
a
did
very
not know
good
Kentucky
record.
flew like that. Wow. I thought it was like diehard red.
I mean, it is. We're just able to get at least the governor's seat, and he has helped a lot in regards to bipartisanship. I think stuff like that helps us on the federal level in terms of presidential election. They see people in California and other places, they consider them elitist. But I think Andy Bashir is a pretty down-to-earth, humble person. He breaks down things in a way that's easily digestible for the average person.
Yeah, and then Ari, who would you pick?
If I could have my choice, I'd have AOC.
Mm, interesting. Yeah, I just wanted to ask because I've been asking other people. Somebody said Mark Kelly or that astronaut or whatever. I talked to another caller, call guy or whatever. All right, but I'll leave y'all to it. It was nice to talk to y'all.
Yeah, no problem.
Joseph Knight. Or Kelly would be an interesting pick. I don't have any.
I mean, I would love Mark Kelly. To me is just, I mean, he stands pretty firm on what he believes in, so I do agree with that. But if I could have my pick of anybody that is a well-known person in politics, it would be AOC. I just, I don't know if she'd be able to win, unfortunately, because, well, we've seen what happened the last 2 times the DNC has ran a woman. So.
Yeah. I do think she would have one hell of a chance. I think the problem with a lot of these races is going to fall back down on the electoral college.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do see them winning I do see more women winning the popular vote. I can absolutely see that. And the rest would just, you got to get those damn purple states.
All the purple states, but yeah, I would appreciate AOC to win. I would love her, honestly. She makes me so happy inside. I don't know. I like that she does speak back against people. Let's see. We do have another caller. Let's see. This one might be weird.
Oh boy.
I can already
Can you
tell.
double tap the screen, guys?
Yeah, TikTok, y'all are way behind on the likes for having 300 people in here, and you've been in here almost this entire time. You should have been at already 70,000 likes, and y'all are at 30. So, what are y'all doing?
Step it up.
Yeah, but okay, we're gonna talk to Nolan, and see what he's got going on.
Oh, you're in C League. You can absolutely clear this gift gallery.
I know, it's the easier one.
Hold, please.
Okay. Nolan, you are on air with Ari and Hector. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No.
Okay, I saw in the notes that you said you used to work for him.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So what did he do to lose, make you lose your support?
May I ask to what capacity you
That's a good question too.
So I started out as a canvasser for the Republican Party, and I ended up working with, honestly, not a huge supporter of the Republicans. I know this sounds crazy and kind of immoral, but I needed a job at the time, and I somehow found my way into this. And I ended up getting promoted, and I was the assistant to the deputy state director for Trump's super PAC in Pennsylvania. But yeah. Okay, so when it comes to turning on him, I'm surprised that a lot of other people, I mean, I've seen a lot of people who did vote for him, intelligent people who have turned on him, but I think supporting him is like impossible. And I think we all need to admit we were totally wrong because, I mean, you know, he did what he said when coming to deporting people, but when it comes to the Epstein files and it comes to Israel and all that, I mean, he's played his hand pretty clearly. I think if you have like a brain, it should be obvious that he's trying to hide the Epstein files and all that and cover it up. And I think it's disgusting personally. And I totally hate that I worked for him and I helped him in any capacity whatsoever. And I was honestly like kind of blinded by what I thought was going to be some sort of semi-anarchistic president who was going to break the system we currently have. But obviously that's not what's going on.
So you're less so of I guess, a Republican or conservative person versus you just kind of more stood what Trump ran off of, which is like draining the swamp, fixing the economy kind of thing. And it also helped that he gave you a very nice cushiony job.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, yeah, those were the big things. One thing I wanted to share, just because a lot of people forget about this and nobody talks about it. I was there in Butler when Trump got shot allegedly or whatever, and it was a pretty crazy day. And I don't know if the story was as he says it was, but there's one thing people don't talk about, and I remember it very clearly because I was there. There was an innocent man that died that day. Like he got shot and he got killed right in front of his family because one of the bullets missed. And there's an old woman running around screaming, crying her eyes out, screaming about a man just got murdered right in front of her. So that was to sort of remind people there was a dude who died that day in front of his family. But okay,
yes,
one last thing. My last thing, the message I really want to get across, and I think you guys are great for allowing people to come on here with different opinions and actually talk. TikTok's a nightmare. It's just people who want to be in echo chambers and whatnot. But I think like arguing amongst ourselves, like left and right, is definitely what they want us to do. I think somehow we need to all put aside our differences and unite for a common cause against the government. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like either the left or the right is willing to concede their hatred for the other side enough to be like, yo, we have a government who is potentially, doing stuff with underage people.
I mean, obviously I agree with some of the sentiments you shared in regards to coming together to fight things in the form of the oligarchy or just widespread corruption, institutionalized corruption that both sides would participate in. But I think it's very fair to say Republicans currently lead the government. Republicans are currently the government that we're fighting against. And then many of the things that we can say Democrats even do look no further than the House committees where bills have been put forward to stop gerrymandering, to get universal health care, to get several things that never left, in part because of Mike Johnson and the rest. So sure, obviously we can have a conversation about things we can do to come together, but we can also call a spade a spade. It's a Republican government, it's a Trump administration, and they are the current problem that we need to face right now.
I'm completely with you, and I don't know why I hadn't really thought of that. That's a good point. The Republicans for me are they're splitting into two separate groups because I worked with the Republican Party, and man, there's a lot of Republicans who aren't straight MAGA Trump riders. You know what I mean? So I say inside the Republican Party, there's definitely become a huge split, and there's a split of people like me who are what the hell is going on? I can't believe I supported this. And then there's MAGA, and MAGA, I'm probably with you guys. I don't understand it. I don't understand how anybody could possibly even be behind this guy. And most of the people you have calling in across these shows, when people call in supporting Trump, just their dialect and what they say alone, you can tell they're not very intelligent, and they're just riding this dude. And it's just fuck, man, people are so brainwashed. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, well, the important part is it's a midterm election to where we can ensure that the right people are able to get in and do better, or better yet, restrict the powers of this administration. And like you said, to those MAGA writers, that's what these platforms are for, to encourage that dialogue, and whatever happens at the end, happens at the end. I do want to point out, because you said something I thought was really funny. You talked about TikTok. TikTok is a nightmare, blah, blah, blah. It's me. I'm the nightmare. I'm that guy who tells Trump supporters that the best part about them should have went down those mother legs. But those are only the ones that are unreasonable. Only those guys.
It's the ones that are just.
I can get down with.
Psycho.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just it's the ones that just freaking go around and say the same stuff on every single TikTok panel that exists. So
the Keystone Pipeline affected gas prices.
The fact that I have still talked about that, I think I freaked out the first, I had a legitimate freak out the very first time that came up in 2026. I'm like, it's 2026. You guys won't let that go. before Iran happened, it was still talking about the Keystone Pipeline. Just, oh my God.
Well, with TikTok, my main thing with these so-called debates or discussions is especially, I mean, on both sides, they'll get angry. You will never get a point out if you're in a debate on somebody's TikTok live that somebody will mute you, 10 other people will start yelling, and it's crazy because these Republicans want to say they're all about free speech, because I'm all about free speech for sure. But these Republicans will you'll get into a live and they'll fucking kick you out of it because you started saying something they didn't like. And I'm like, that happens all the time. And honestly, I've never viewed your guys' show before. I just kind of came across it. But this is great. I think you guys do a great job.
This is our show. I'm just a guest here.
He runs his own, which he's for everybody. Oh, we'll do a quick reminder for everybody that is watching on TikTok. He's on the panel. Hit that follow button on Hectorr. Also, help him out with giving him some gifts too. And if you are watching over on YouTube and Twitch, on YouTube, I have a direct link to his channel in the description. On Twitch, Monica, can you type out his Twitch username? It should be the same, right? It's still Hectorr with 2 R's Talks.
Oh, no, I don't have Twitch.
You don't have Twitch. Never mind. Well, Twitchies, I can't help you.
Just Hectorr Talks on all platforms, which is TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
Ooh,
W. I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a mod everywhere. Hectorr is my longtime friend from this app. But I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much, Nolan, for calling in.
Yeah, thanks, guys. God bless. Have a good night.
You too.
Take it easy.
All right. What was I going to say? Guys, if you have a question that you want me to ask Hectorr or you want to ask me, or you want to make sure that your comment is seen, send a super chat. I haven't seen a single super chat come in, but I wanted to thank Capo for the gifted memberships and then Meg for also becoming a member over on YouTube. Reminder, that is open for you guys. It's the lowest price is $3.99. It's less than what you pay at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts when you go there. So I don't know which one it is. I don't know if that one's ready to talk to. They do. I just saw that. Okay. Whenever Lenati is done with that caller, we do have somebody getting screened right now and then 2 other people waiting. So we'll see. So people are calling in. Did you watch any part of Hexeth in his committee hearing today?
Yes, I watched a few. The main part being Jason Crow and then Nancy Mace's slop.
I haven't gotten to Nancy Mace yet. I literally started from the beginning. I was listening to the whole thing. I'm about 2 hours into it, so trying to go through all of that.
Yeah, I have this issue with Nancy Mace and the way that she is.
Insane.
She's one of those Republicans that I think is more, I guess, somewhat liberal, but then kind of just falls back with the party, and it's really infuriating.
Yeah, Nancy is, well, she's Nancy Mace. I can't wait to see if somebody takes over Lauren Boebert's district in Colorado. The front runner has raised almost double the amount of money as Lauren Boebert.
Talking about.
Yeah, I saw the amount because, by the way, guys, you can find all of this stuff on the FEC, and I went, whoa, whoa. So if you guys are in Colorado District 4, let me know. I have this whole thing. I need to finish it, and then I'm going to share it out to some awesome creators and put it in my server. I have a whole Excel worksheet of all of the everybody running for the house.
W's, y'all, whoever's gifting my main account, I'm barely looking at that, but appreciate y'all. Make sure we take care of Ari while she's here. First and foremost, y'all saw the time it takes to put this whole thing together at the beginning. I will never do this, so show appreciation to the people that do, because oh my God, tech is hard.
Tech is fun. What are you talking about? Now I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. I have to do so much. There's so much more I still have to figure out, and I still have to make it better. So that's the problem. Yes, but this is fun. I like having y'all on camera with me because
Cool.
yeah, I like this. Okay, so we are going to talk to Royce. Looks like he is a non-voter looking to potentially vote again.
Hello.
Hi, Royce. You're on air with Ari and Hectorr. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing great. And you are 38, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you haven't voted in a while.
No, ma'am, I have not.
Thank you, Moose. So I guess why didn't you vote?
After I voted in 2008 against Obama, to be honest, I couldn't tell you who I voted for. The lady, your screen caller informed me it was probably Rami.
It,
Regretted that vote for sure. Now that time has passed, and that's what I don't understand about today's social of we aren't finding stuff out till years later. These men, unfortunately, men. Not saying women. Not saying it should only be men. I'm saying people we vote in. They're not children. They have a large history. Why can't we back check these people? And then why don't we? It just frustrates me.
I'm curious. You mentioned voting against Obama, then voting for Mitt Romney, and regretting it. So, what exactly is in their history specifically that you're saying we didn't backlog or check? What is the issue that you would have with their history specifically?
If I'm not really that good at articulating my information where it comes from, so will say that most of my cited sources are from Steven Crowder. And I don't. If you watch the show, you know. But I don't agree with him all the way either. I'm finding myself in a position where I can't call myself right, left because I feel lost in it. Because you watch one channel, it's this, and you can switch to another channel, and it's the exact opposite view. Now, I'll be honest, I don't agree with either of y'all for a lot of things, and I've stopped by this channel maybe 5-6 times, and every time I've stopped by, the conversations just seem to be very negative on both sides, and I wasn't sure if that's what y'all liked and that's what y'all were about, so I kept going. But today I felt like y'all were cool, calm. This is a good time to find out where can I get information about the left.
Let's start off with not Steven Crowder, but I just want to make this clear for your criticism alongside other people who say stuff like that. I think one thing, especially Ari, I'm meaner. Ari is pretty good at is matching energy. So you have a lot of people, they want to call in, they want to yell, they want to argue with us versus from their feelings versus the cited sources that I know Ari for a fact sources every single damn thing that she says. And it can become frustrating where people just want to yap, they just want to argue, and then we will respond in kind. But ultimately, I think we very much do our best to encourage conversation, support the conversations where it's not that. So long as you continue to engage with us in good faith the way that you have been, this will be the tone of the entire conversation. As for information on the left, are you talking about more so left-leaning sources, like where we pull our information from, or learning more about our positions? I guess we're going to start with information. We really don't do a lot of podcasts. I try to look for empirical data, verified sources. I think AP News, Reuters, international networks such as BBC, Al Jazeera can all be good things. But
Reuters is technically international as well.
True.
What was right after Reuters, you said?
What did I say?
I think you said
BBC,
Reuters International and something else.
Yeah, I do look at a lot of international.
I would also recommend CTV out of Canada. It literally stands for C is Canadian. So yeah, CTV out of Canada. They're a very central source. There's even one out of China that's really center as well. I'm trying to think what it's called again. Personally, I go through ground news in order to see, like, compare sources, and I can see what the left is saying, what the right is saying, and what center sources are saying. I primarily look at center. But yeah, Al Jazeera is good for everything not related to Israel.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll put that out there.
What do you mean by everything not related to Israel?
So it is a Qatari news agency. So they are more biased towards Israel and not a positive way. So I
agree with that,
yeah.
But I don't believe with Qatari being in our school systems.
What? The country of Qatar?
Yeah. Did you know that how much money they donate to certain schools? It's a trip. And this is why I was upset when yeah, I was listening to a previous caller talking about the Epstein files. I don't believe that it was just Trump that flopped the ball on that one. I believe there's something else behind that. And why, my main blame was Pam Bondi. She said, quote, "Here it is on my desk. It's coming out." And then months later, it comes out redacted to hell and back.
I mean, that is true. It
You know,
does come out super redacted, and even then, we still only have about half the files released. Let's see.
I think if the files came out, we should have started hearing names about this person's getting called in, this person's getting called in, this person's getting called in. Why are we not at that step?
Hmm.
In my opinion, the country that's being run is fictitious. It's like a roller coaster ride. You don't know which, if one president for my opinion, I don't agree with everything Obama did, but while he was in office, great things happened.
Oh, sorry, I'm reading this. Interesting. It looks like it's a new, the Qatari thing. It's a newly formed website from the Department of Education that discloses foreign funding. And Qatar does make up 7.7 billion in the year of 2025. China right behind them. Germany, England, Saudi Arabia, Canada, Switzerland, Japan, United Kingdom, and France are the top 10. I mean, somebody's got to fund our higher education because the United States government isn't. Sorry. That minor pet peeve,
even
but
then, all the
I
money
don't know
that's
where
getting
they're.
thrown at the school system. Excuse me, sorry.
No, I just don't know
And
where they're getting this information from.
from everything that I've seen here, all the funding is disclosed. It doesn't seem to be any dark money situation.
Yeah.
They're alleging I guess it can be considered as a way to influence us, but I would have yet to see any metric to show that they are utilizing it in a negative fashion. So
There are distinct lineups with where certain schools got larger lump sums of money were the same schools that were having issues with more protesting, as if they were getting paid to,
It wouldn't do
and this is all
anything.
all
No.
conspiracy. You can't
Yeah,
prove
which we're
nothing.
gonna shut that down. We're not doing conspiracy
Right,
theories,
and it's like you
but
can't. It's evidence that we can't
pause.
find.
No, they have
Sorry, I know.
contracts. They have contracts with the schools. And if you're saying that the school itself paid students to protest, that would all be on the books.
Okay. So we hear on the news Trump's a pedophile, Trump's a rapist, excuse me.
me too.
Those are chargeable offenses. And the charges he's gotten, none's going through.
Well, to be clear, he was held civilly liable for one of those things.
Yeah.
So there's that. Only not criminally because of statute of limitations.
You said
right out in the
civilly?
state of New York. That's correct.
Civilly liable.
Yes. Of sexual assault, to be clear.
Is this the lady that was also the porn star?
No, that's a completely different. That's the 34
Just checking.
felonies.
I know, just checking. I it's so much, it's hard to keep up with, and I don't have the facts in front of me. I appreciate y'all for definitely taking my call, taking the time, being calm. I have those written down. You said I got a list in front of me. I'll check those out. And you said you do cite your sources?
Yes, I primarily if it's something that I've talked about 10 times over, I stop citing my exact source because I've talked about or referenced it on other streams, which happens a
Oh, I
lot.
meant
How do you mean, sorry?
by do you have a website that I can just Google?
Oh, A website? No, I don't have a website.
No,
But you're
no
welcome.
worries, no worries.
You're welcome to check out my link tree, and you can sign up for Ground News.
Yes.
Okay.
She does have a discount code for that, and then you can check the leanings of all of it. But
Yep.
quick comment I wanted to make on that. I actually don't really look up or care about where a source came from. I know that may not sound popular or whatever, but I've gotten information from Fox News. It just
Yep.
depends on what you're looking for. So ultimately, if I'm reading an article and it alleges something happened, I'm looking for a link in that article. I'm looking for a source that directs me to something I can evaluate and see. Okay, this is true. This is empirical data. This is whatever. Versus oh, this came from CNN, which I hate CNN, but this came from CNN or this came from Newsmax. So
What's
I
your
more
opinion
so
on
look at
Washington
the
Post?
Washington Post. It's pretty
What's your
promising.
opinion?
I've
Yeah,
yet to
They're
see
mixed.
anything that
and
they
that's
don't have.
where
The Washington
I
Post
get a
is
lot of the news, but
the Washington
that's
Post
where I
is a
get a
mixed
lot of my.
bag.
Oh, let's go.
I was gonna say it's a mixed bag. They have reported on the same story a couple years apart, different ways, and I do mean they swap it. It's just a mixed bag.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, what
journal is
news
interesting
did
too.
y'all hear about when Trump said that they were fine people at that rally?
I don't really want to go down that because I think it's ridiculous to rehash that. It because
I don't want to. It doesn't need to be beaten. I was just curious of your opinion on it. Like,
yeah,
what did y'all? Because I'll tell you what I heard. I heard that he said peacefully and patriotically, added on with it, and then I hear on the other side that
that's
they're just
January
they're only clipping
6th.
half of.
Yeah,
You're
two different things.
confusing what happened in Charleston, South Carolina, and then what happened before January 6th. Those are two different events. As far as that, he said peacefully and patriotically 2 times, but said fight like hell 22 times. So, Charlottesville, thank you, Corey.
I don't agree with the aggressive banter from either side. Like whenever, like I can remember back in I don't remember
Well,
Bush's campaign, but I remember Bush's time, and then of course I saw Obama's time, and Obama's time seemed like to me was like a whole lot more calming, especially after Bush, because Bush was all war, war, war,
But
and
there's a
then
reason for that. And we
yeah.
spend a lot of time talking about sources and where information comes from. I more so want to talk about the substance. Is a left leaning, right leaning, whatever source um, inflating the significance of what someone like Donald Trump said when they report on him going, an entire civilization will die tonight. Immigrants are the fault of all of our problems in this country. The enemy within. The left is just reporting on his words. They don't have to add anything to that to make him sound worse. That's just what he said. So I more so want to. I think we should be more concerned with the substance of what's being reported versus who it came from and what their leanings are.
I found a lot of the times when I see the reports, it changes dramatically after a few hours. So you hear these terrible quotes like those, but if you just listen 20 seconds after, 20 seconds before, you get context, and it makes more sense of why he was saying those. Now, do I agree with all of his views and the way he's making his decisions? I do not. But
you
again,
can you
go
give me an
ahead.
example?
Okay, I'd have to pull it up, but I believe it was the day that it was the raid where everybody entered into was it the White House or the
You're talking about January 6th at the Capitol.
Yes, okay, January 6th when they went in. He did say to go down there and man, exact words were aggressive, right? Were sounding terrible. But then if you listen to the whole speech, he said to calmly go down there, peacefully go down there.
You know,
in the same sentence.
What I do, when I speak about the events of that day, I could care less that he said What's the specific clip that I like to nitpick? When he said fight, 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 or we're not going to have a country anymore.
Yep.
I personally don't consider that violent. That's when I criticize the events of that day and his actions on that day. It's not so much about those words, because then you can go over to Joe Biden's side when he made that comment about putting a bullseye on Trump, and then you can blow that out of proportion. My criticism of the events of that day, or his actions on it, was more so the fact that he sat up in that room for about 4 hours and did nothing, to where his daughter had to beg him to do something. My criticism is everything that took place afterwards. He's still trying to blame Nancy Pelosi as if she had the ability to call the National Guard. That's not how it worked. We have a Capitol Police Board, and the president is above it all. We saw that followed up with him taking immediate action in 2025.
She did not. She did not.
Not
She didn't have the authority to call on the National Guard, point blank, period. The National Guard policy was changed specifically for Washington, D.C., because of the events that happened on January 6th. Prior to January 6th, 2021, the sole person responsible for calling in the National Guard is the President of the United States of America. It was changed after that because of the events on January 6th.
That is correct.
Then why did she say that in the video with her daughter?
She didn't. You're misquoting her. You are totally misquoting her. But look, I've got somebody.
The way it sounded to me, and that's what I try to do every time that I hear. Like I said, most of my sources were coming from.
Yes, but you talked about clips and clips taken out of context. You will not find a single clip of Nancy Pelosi saying, I am the reason this happened. I am responsible for it. I should have called January 6th. Those are not the words came out of her mouth. I would highly implore you to go and look at the full video, because again, you brought it up. Clips, right? I would highly implore you to look at
I need to watch it again, but I remember listening to it several times and finding myself saying, why
you didn't
would she agree to this?
Yeah.
And who would be sitting in the car recording it?
Okay.
Because I wouldn't have admitted to it.
Yeah, well, sure. It's just not what happened. Please go back and watch it. But listen, I appreciate you talking to us. Be sure to look up the candidates that are running for your midterm elections in November. Ballotpedia is a great resource for that, so you can find your district. But I'm going to let you go because we do have someone that's actually supporting Donald Trump waiting in line. So I do appreciate you. Okay.
I thank you too. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate your civility.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh, God.
Guys, all right. Thank you so much. Boards of Cities, thank you for sending out 5 gifted memberships. If you received a membership from Cities, be sure to say thank you. Also, guys, I chastise TikTok a lot, but they've picked up. Guys, focus on clearing the gift goal if you can over on TikTok. But now I'm going to chastise YouTube. I don't normally have to do this. Guys, what are you doing? We've been live for an hour and 15 minutes and haven't received a single super chat. That's insane. Anyways, I'd like to read them between callers or towards the end of the live. So if you guys can, that would be great. Thank you so much for being here. All right, we are going to move over to John. And he voted for Trump 3 times.
Oof.
All right. John, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're coming through a little bit garbled.
Awesome.
Oh, there you are.
Well, is that better?
Yeah, I hear you now, so I appreciate that. I don't know what changed, but that did work quite a bit better, so thank you. So you voted for Trump, you said 3 times, and you're how old, just for TikTok purposes?
58.
58, perfect. So I guess what's Donald Trump done that's earned your continued support?
You're awesome. It's not actually what Donald Trump has done. It is what the other politicians have done, whether it be Democrat or Republican. You can look at all of them, and for a long time they have been ruled over money. They've only got into office to make money, and you can. You're awesome. Well, Pelosi is one that become very rich because she is in office. So have several other ones.
Okay. Pelosi is retiring. You have the ability, alongside millions of other Americans, to vote out the individuals, especially this term, that you say are solely there for the purpose of money over the American people. And if you really want to talk about who's in the seat for capital, then we can look at Donald Trump's net worth and how it substantially increased for him and his family members since he took the Oval Office.
Yeah.
And he actually even bragged about manipulating markets.
Yep. He had a whole room full of CEOs talking about how much money they made because he said he was going to put on tariffs in February of 2025 just on Mexico and Canada, canceled it, and they made billions of dollars off of selling and repurchasing their stock. And that was in his first month, first 30 days of being in office. Now, if we look at Donald Trump himself, within his first year in office, he has added $3 billion to his net worth in his very first year being back in office for 2025 alone.
Trump was very rich before he ever got in office.
Doesn't matter. You were just complaining about people going into politics to make money, and that's exactly what Donald Trump did. He's almost added twice his already existing net worth within a year's time.
I would like to see actual paperwork on that.
Last
because
time,
Donald Trump does not even accept the money that he gets for being in office.
He quite literally does. It's the money he allegedly said he was going to use for the about what now $350 million estimated ballroom.
yeah, he does.
The ballroom came from individuals who donated the money.
Not anymore.
Taxpayer money.
Not anymore. Are you? I'm sorry. The video I posted today. Well, yesterday on TikTok. Today on Tubes.
Well, go back to the National Guard thing.
You're awesome.
Let's go back to that.
I only brought that up because somebody said something that was wrong. I'm not rehashing what happened on January 6, 2021.
Well, I'm not rehashing January 6th, but the National Guard can be activated by any governor.
And who is sorry, dude, not for Washington, D.C. Not for Washington, D.C. It's not a state.
Even Washington. Washington has a governor, and he can activate the Guard anytime he wants.
Not for the Capitol.
Which the Capitol has Capitol Police, too.
Yes, and 140 of them were injured because of the January 6 rioters. They were all there.
How many of those rioters were insurrectionists, Antifa, and other factions?
Are you saying? Oh, also, sir, I just want to be clear with you. You are wrong. Washington, D.C. does not have a governor. It simply has a mayor, which is why the National Guard over Washington, D.C. is in the hands of the president. And then after January 6, 2021, the Speaker of the House. Yeah, so there is no governor of Washington, D.C., which is why it's in the hands of the president. And if you're saying that some of the January 6 rioters were Antifa, hold on. If you're saying some of the January 6 rioters were Antifa, then you're also telling me that Donald J. Trump pardoned Antifa members? And he called them all patriots?
What state does Washington, D.C. sit in?
It doesn't. The District of Columbia is not a state.
I really wish I had my sound effects for that.
I really wished I had my map in my hand.
It's not a state. It is counted as a 51st state when you look at things like education, statistics, when they're comparing states. They do add it on there because it is a part of the United States. However, it is not a state. What I would encourage you to do is maybe just type it into Google and see if it's a state. Wait, actually, hold on. Let's see. How many representatives does DC have in Congress? John?
What? Hold on.
John, are you looking up this information on a device, or are you whipping out a map right now?
I am looking at a map, a regular old map.
What do you think this map is going to prove, John?
Because it sets in a state. And I know it doesn't set in Virginia because I have been to DC. Actually, I have been to 22 states. And I would have loved to live in Colorado about 30 years ago before it got ruined.
30 years ago? I hope you know Colorado only, like, it was red in 2004. That wasn't 30 years ago.
I've lived in other states that were Democratic.
Oh, okay.
Ohio, answer me this. Ohio, what is it? A Republican state or a Democratic state?
I believe Ohio is Republican. What is your point? What are you looking for on this map? What is the point you're trying to prove? Because let's be clear, DC is not a state. It does not have the exact same powers as others to call upon their own National Guard, because each state has a local National Guard. And then ultimately, it was the president's job to do so. DC runs differently because of the presidency, because of it being more so the federal.
An area can sit in multiple states.
I love this so much.
Well, tell me this. Bristol. Does it sit in Tennessee or does it sit in Virginia?
You would have been better off asking about Kansas City, which, yes, I'm aware that Kansas City sits, one part of it sits in Missouri and one part of it sits in Kansas. But guess what? The rules change as soon as you cross that invisible state line.
Exactly.
Yeah. And guess what? That's why they have different zip codes. They have different representations. That's a city. Because it's for the Congress. It's for Congress because they need their own special protection bubble. All right. So I'm okay. Hold on. So you didn't answer the question about what line. Oh, 1 second. You didn't answer a question about the line that I asked about that Washington, D.C. is.
You wanted to pull in January 8th. You know, January 8th was just a political show. The more Democratic pulled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it a Democratic president who gaslit American people for months on end that the festival was stolen from him? Was it a Democratic president who literally sat in the Oval Office and watched for hours as people assaulted police officers and broke into the Capitol and caused millions of dollars of property damage? Was it a Democrat who sat there and watched it and laughed? Was it a Democrat who ran off of that festival? I'm saying festival instead of the other word, TikTok terms of service being stolen from for another 6 years as he proceeds not to give any substantial evidence for said claim? And then you have Kash Patel last week saying, yep, he's telling the truth. We have evidence we're going to give you at the end of the week. We are now going on to Thursday of another week, and he still hasn't proved anything. So I don't know how the hell you can make that a Democrat issue.
Oh, gosh. All right. So Washington, D.C. is known for saying taxation without representation because they don't have any representatives in Congress because they're not a state. And states are required by the United States Constitution to have House of Representatives and senators. And they have 0, which I holistically disagree with. But yes, guys, never forget January 8th.
Taxation without representation was a comment made before this country was really even formed.
Yes. And Washington, D.C. kept that phrase, and they say it even now because they are taxed without any representation in our congressional body.
It's not too late to say you're wrong.
About what?
Everything. It's not too late to say it.
You're not
because
right.
I don't know what you're still looking for on a map. I don't know what you think this map's about to show you. Can you tell me what this map was supposed to show you?
Yeah, I got DC pulled up right now.
What are you looking for on this map?
Go DC.
Where's Arlington? Arlington is right beside
Virginia.
Washington,
It's in Virginia.
This is why I crash out.
Oh, you're going to cut me off.
No. All I just said was Arlington is in Virginia.
And what about Maryland?
What about Maryland? What about it?
It's right beside of DC.
So, are you saying?
How big is Washington D.C.?
Very small.
Mississippi is right beside Tennessee. What is your point?
Florida's right next to Alabama and Georgia and Louisiana and Mississippi.
In Virginia,
Maine's next
Tennessee.
to New York. I guess Maine doesn't exist. Like, I'm confused here as to what you're trying to find on this map, and your refusal to answer this question isn't helping you here. What is this map supposed to prove?
You brought up January 8th. The only thing
my
I want
God,
to say about
it's
January
the
8th is
you were talking about how DC is not a state. That's what you said. Hey, you said DC isn't a state. I'm going to pull up a map to show you. What is the map showing you? We're not even talking about J6 at this point. We're talking about how, your point on DC not being a thing.
And also, Washington is literally the singular city of Washington, D.C. because D.C. stands for District of Columbia. Okay. And Washington is literally the only city. Never forget January 8th.
I'm not privy to what the fuck happened on the 8th, apparently.
Me too.
I guess it was worse with the 6th.
But anyhow,
I
wanted you guys to explain to me, how is the riders and everything, and
I want you to explain to me how DC is a state. That's what I want you to do. I just want you to conclude on one point before you move on to the next one.
You want me to say that Washington, D.C. is a state?
That is what you said.
No, I did not say Washington, D.C. was a state. You guys are wanting... Okay.
What's the capital of North Carolina?
Raleigh.
All right, cool. Who's your governor?
It's a Democrat, which I don't really care. I don't care about him. I didn't vote for him.
Okay, who did he run against? Who ran for governor in 2024 on the Republican ticket?
That I'm not sure, because I cannot remember.
You didn't vote down ballot?
No, I voted a straight Republican ballot.
Hmm. Who was the former lieutenant governor of North Carolina? It's someone different now. They got voted out in, 2024.
Lieutenant governor that was voted out.
Yeah, because they ran for governor and they lost. Do you know who the former lieutenant governor was of North Carolina?
How did we get on North Carolina?
Because I saw that you said that's where you were from. I actually used to live in North Carolina. Actually, I voted in North Carolina in 2024. Do you know who your attorney general is?
How did you vote in North Carolina in 2024 when you're in Colorado?
I just said I lived in North Carolina in 2024 and voted in North Carolina in 2024.
Is this kind of like the representative that lives in North Carolina, but she is looking for a seat in a different state?
No, do you not understand that people move? I didn't move in 2024. I was a resident of North Carolina up until February of 2026 or 2025. Sir.
So you was a resident of North Carolina in 2025.
Yep. Lived there for 13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of happens.
Well.
So what state is Washington in?
I'm still having trying to confirm if it is a state or a city.
Did you just
straight? Let me get this straight. You've had a whole map in front of you for at least the past 20 minutes. You whipped out this map to confirm if it was a state.
20 minutes. I've been trying to talk about other things than Washington, D.C.
You tried to move on from a point that you made. Yeah.
I was not the one that brought up D.C.
You actually...
Or January 8th. The only thing I wanted to make a comment about is because you guys keep on rehashing what Trump said about January 8th of the fight, when that was re-edited by another major news organization.
Yep, January 8th. You're right. I agree.
What year was it?
January 8th?
Yeah, what year?
That was after the 2020 elections.
What year was it?
So that would be 2021. January 2021.
Awesome. All right. Well, John, you've been great. Um,
Well, I mean, I was wanting to debate with you guys to try to understand more about why the left is the way they are.
I don't know. Go watch Tucker Carlson. I guess he can give you some like suggestions on that. But I'm gonna let you go. Have a good one.
Back and
Call
forth.
back
He
tomorrow.
doesn't know.
I can't. That was. I'm so sorry. That was so bad. Guys, always remember January 8th, guys. Okay? Never forget. Oh, Wakandan. Hello. You moved over. I see you over there on YouTube. Hello. It's always both sides when their side gets called out. I know, right? That was towards the previous caller. Oh my goodness. That was fun, guys. So never forget January 8th. Also, Washington, D.C. is a state. I really was tempted to ask him if he skipped 8th grade civics
I
because
know Bush skipped them.
yeah.
I had the nerve to try and say I want to have a debate on what?
Yeah.
You don't even know the states.
No, none of it. It's a state. It's a state. But yeah. Oh goodness. All right. So let's see. Also another Trump voter. Okay, that voted for him all 3 times. Just a reminder, guys. Yeah, I got nothing actually. I give up now. That was great. That's gonna take a moment to recover. So
Double tap the screen, send your heartbeats,
all the things.
knock out the gift goal, share out the live with your friends and family. Check out the links in the bio, please. For Ari's emotional labor, support her through the links in the bio. She also has merch. Those of you on the YouTube side, hit the like button, share, comment, subscribe, turn on notification bells, and if you would like to show your thanks, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Please and thank you. Jesus fuck.
All right, so next we have him. All right, Mike, you are on air with Hector and Ari. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Doing well. How old are you, just for TikTok terms of service?
52.
Okay. And you're still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am. He's the best.
Okay.
I don't understand why you say he's ruining America. Why you say that?
Well, for starters, he's violating articles and amendments of the United States Constitution, which...
He's violating articles. No, he's not.
Okay.
He's cleaning America up. He's getting all the immigrants out of here. Him and ICE are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Am I right or wrong?
Well, you're not right.
I know I'm right because that's why we all vote. The smart ones voted for him.
Oh. Yeah.
And all you liberals want to get on here and trash talk him. Why is that?
Actually, I'm just telling the truth about him. Hey, how many? Can I ask you?
You don't know the truth. You don't know the truth.
Can I ask you a quick question?
What?
How many parts make up the Constitution?
Well, answer my question. Why you're saying Trump is ruining America?
Yeah, because Donald Trump is violating articles and amendments of the United States Constitution. And when you treat the United States Constitution like it's a piece of toilet paper, then that's ruining America. It's ruining the foundation of the United States. So
you need some toilet paper because you got shit coming out of your mouth.
That's actually just a rainbow.
Yeah. Sounds like shit to me.
It's just a rainbow.
Yeah, it sounds like shit to me. Your breath probably smells like shit. As much shit talking
It actually
you do.
Smells like Skittles.
No, it smells like
shit. Have you ever had the smoothie Skittles?
I promise you.
No, I don't think I have. Where can I get that?
Them shits are
fire. I'm done with you retarded liberals.
Yeah.
Oh, not the slur to Ron. The smoothie flavored Skittles, I've only been able to find them at gas stations.
Oh, and he ran himself. That's funny.
But they're fire. everyone should try them.
Okay, I'm good with that. Dude hung up on himself. That's great. I love it. That or Lynatti said, no, Lynatti didn't because she's screening somebody. Okay. Also someone that voted for him 3 times. Yeah, that was great. I don't know. Hi, Michelle. I hope you're doing well. That was so bad. Okay. Let's see. Now we've got Larry.
Hi, how are you guys?
I'm doing well, Larry. How are you?
I like your show. I mean, I know people disagree, but the fact that you're doing this is very commendable, and you're also very intellectual, and you know your government. So that's great, and I appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Well, you're on air with Ari and Hectorr.
Hi, Ari. Hi, Hector.
Hello.
So why are you still supporting Trump? What's he done so far?
So I just wanted to kind of get away from who supports who and who doesn't support who, and talk about accomplishments with this in terms of the president and what's in place right now. And do you recognize? I have notes and things that I've put down, but I was just curious from all of your perspective. Do you recognize Donald Trump with any accomplishments at all?
Sure. I can speak on things I think he's done that are good. I can speak on things that any other president would do. None of them would trump the amount of harm that he's caused this country in the founding of it.
You're awesome.
Okay.
The foundation of it in the form of the Constitution.
Okay. So I just wanted to kind of break down and kind of talk to you guys about, some of the accomplishments and have a productive conversation and see where it goes. But I know everyone knows about the big, beautiful bill and how we included provisions on no tax on tips, an overpay deduction, an overtime deduction, rather. Do you guys think that's a good thing? Also a $6,000 deduction for senior citizens.
It's a start. And not every senior citizen gets a $6,000 deduction because most don't even pay anywhere near that amount in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
It only applies to those that are receiving Social Security and have met the threshold where taxes come out, which that threshold is $34,000 before taxes come out. And also they sunset at the end of 2028. So they end December 31st, 2028.
Mm-hmm. And do you know how many Americans are benefiting from that now, from a senior citizen's perspective?
Do you know? Because I don't.
I'm not sure the number. I thought maybe you knew, but I believe it's millions and millions. But
yeah, it would be millions. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the no tax on tips? Are you happy?
Probably not as many that are benefiting from the senior discount or deduction.
Yeah, for certain. I find it interesting how many times that's brought up and everyone forgets where it came from.
That's a good point.
Yeah. It originally came from Rand Paul's dad.
You're awesome.
Oh, that's true. What about the GNP growth? Do you recognize that it rose by
GDP?
Yeah, the GDP growth by 4.3%, I believe, in the third quarter.
Yeah. Did you look at the report to find out why the GDP grew during that time?
I didn't see any particulars that stood out for me, but I just know that as soon as are you insinuating that because of Biden's work that it kind of was a carryover?
No, I'm not saying that at all. So GDP, it grew. You can find it on the BAE.gov. So it is from a government website where they actually will break down the report and tell you why it grew and where. The majority of the growth actually came from how much additional money United States citizens were spending on healthcare. So because healthcare costs increased, because we were spending more on the military, and then also from international travel. So people that had money to fly out of the country. So it actually wasn't because we were producing things as a country, which would be a good GDP growth, right? If we were selling more, that would be different. It was selective services that went up. So healthcare increased, our military spending increased, and then international travel, right? We weren't selling
What about
things.
consumer spend?
Oh,
That
our
went up.
consumer confidence is so down.
Okay. Well, are you guys opinionated at all on the digital assets, the act, the Genius Act, with the which is the first major federal regulatory framework?
It's not
for crypto.
It's not regulation. The Genius Act doesn't include regulation from the last time I looked at it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm unaware.
And it's,
I believe it was established.
It's not on crypto. It's only on, there's a specific word for what that kind of currency is, electronic currency is.
Okay. I know there's a lot of talk about the work that Elon did with his, teams, the Doge government efficiency.
Stable coin, that's what it is.
Stable coins, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything for regular Bitcoin or cryptocurrency.
Do you guys feel that the Department of Government Efficiency legitimately was able to find $2 billion in cuts from the IRS IT budget, for example?
Doge is a joke.
So you think all that was a wasteful contract? This stuff is not fact.
Okay.
No, I believe that Doge spent more money than it saved. And Dad, I see you in the request, but I can't. You won't be heard by anybody in the setup. Sorry, man.
Yeah. Just because Elon Musk and his cronies labeled something as "quote unquote" wasteful doesn't make it wasteful.
Well, I mean, some of the things that they talked about, some of the contracts, and also some of the payments that were being sent out by the IRS, I believe also was associated with that from people that were actually dead.
Are you talking about from Social Security?
I'm sorry, that was Social Security. I'm mixing my marbles up because it's just had a senior moment.
What would be considered waste is extremely subjective. For example, you would probably think that anything spent on DEIA would be wasteful, but that would be subjective. It had a purpose and the money was spent there for said purpose. There was no fraudulent behavior. So I would say getting rid of waste would have been maybe doing something like a proper audit to the DOD, or now the DOW, because they haven't passed their last 7 to 8, and he didn't touch that. And the Trump administration is now asking for an increase of up to $1.5 trillion.
Mm-hmm.
What about regulatory relief in terms of like executive orders to help with price fixing?
Help with price fixing?
To streamline housing construction by reducing environmental review burdens.
Negatively impacts the United States and individuals. It also, executive orders don't affect private companies or private citizens.
What is your opinion on the border security and immigration? The administration reports a 99% collapse in migration traffic through the Darien Gap and achieve record low border apprehensions in 2025. Do you agree with that?
What are you reading from?
These are notes that I've taken.
Oh,
okay.
Notes from whose lives I'm curious, or whose podcast?
Notes from researching it on the internet and on various sources, as you guys do.
Okay, I've never seen them mention the Darien Gap.
Okay. All right.
Otherwise, yes, I can absolutely agree that encounters have decreased at the southwest border. That's true. That's unequivocally true. However, that doesn't say anything about crossings because we don't keep track of any crossing statistics.
What about like deportations and visas? the deportations and revoking over 100,000 visas tied to fraud or national security concerns.
That hasn't been proven.
Yeah.
That hasn't been proven.
It's what they allege hasn't been substantiated. We just saw someone's no, is it Visa or I forgot what it was. You probably know what I'm talking about, Ari. The individual who she is the daughter of the Iranian general, the previous general.
Oh, yeah,
She was here in the United States, her and her daughter. She
yeah.
allegedly posted pro-Iran statements and anti-American statements, and then they literally didn't prove any of it. They just revoked her status and said so, and everyone ran with it because she's the daughter of the Iranian governor. That they've been making allegations, none of them being substantiated, because we quite literally don't seem to give a shit about due process anymore. So we can just, it's just he said, she said in the current administration, which is extremely problematic considering the person who's doing the he said is the most recorded liar of any president.
Trump's the most recorded liar of any president?
That is correct.
And
Solely
where,
basing this off
where
his
is
first
that?
term.
Where is that documented?
33,000. Several reports.
I see. Which source?
There's a couple. Hold, please. Let's see. Mother Jones did a breakdown. Washington Post covered it. CNN also doubled down. Even Oxford waited on this. This part I did not know. That's interesting.
Where do you guys stand with foreign policy and national security? I mean, how do you feel about the Middle East aiding Israel during the 12-day war, and then the Iranian, obviously, issue with reinstating and expanding, the sanctions, the war in Iran? I mean, what's your positions on, helping Israel and also basically taking out the regime in Iran?
We haven't taken out the regime in Iran, and it's an unjustifiable excursion, to quote Donald Trump. He doesn't know what that word means. It's an unjustifiable military operation in a foreign sovereign country where we haven't had much success, and it's only hurt the world economy and therefore also hurting the United States economy as well.
So do you believe that the Iranian existing regime and the regime that was murdered for war wanted death to America and wanted to create nuclear weapons and eventually just destroy us? I
No,
think that's fact or fiction?
no, it's not true. Death to
Not
America,
true.
they've explained this many times since they've been saying it. They just mean the government itself. It's not death to the American people. It's direct line to the government themselves, right? And what was the other half of your question? Oh yeah, nuclear weapons. No. Former Ayatollah Khamenei had a fatwa, which was a religious decree that said that they would not build a nuclear weapon if they were ever to obtain one. They would also never use one, utilize it because it goes against the Quran. And he was not only the supreme leader of Iran, but he was also considered the main religious leader for the Shiite Muslims.
Okay. So you feel that there was no? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Are you still?
No, that was somebody. I think that was just Hectorr typing.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Shouldn't have been that loud, but that's all I could guess.
No, it's actually fine. So in terms of Iran, you just think we should have just left everything alone, not go in there and not destroy their bunkers, just let them continue to threaten us and achieve nuclear power?
They weren't going to achieve nuclear power. Even we'll go to this, right? Pete Hegseth was actually asked about their ability to achieve nuclear power. Pete Hegseth, in his committee hearing today, said that Iran could achieve it anytime that they wanted to. This does dispute things that Tulsi Gabbard has said herself, and she is the director of national intelligence. But when it comes to Pete Hegseth and him stating that if this were true, that they could get it at any time, which, based off of previous research I've done with looking at testimony from nuclear physicists, uh, getting to 60% level of enrichment is actually the hardest phase. After that, you just need a few more centrifuges in order to hit that 90% enrichment, and it could take as little time as 10 days. If they reached 60% back in 2021, and if they had the capacity to hit it all the way up to 90%, they could have done it at any time, according to Pete Hegseth, anytime within 10 days the last 5 years.
Not to mention, they shouldn't have that because he reiterated today that we completely obliterated their facilities just to use that nuclear argument to justify the February 28th attack while we're in the middle of negotiating with them on a peace deal. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there is this, information you can seek on the internet and various sources as well. Like, obviously, neighbors like Saudi Arabia and Israel feared that, having Iran have the nuclear capability could trigger a nuclear arms race. From the Iranian perspective, from what I've read, a nuclear capability is often seen as like a life insurance policy, against foreign invasion, which is similar to North Korea.
Thank you.
So you guys just feel like it's okay for them to have nuclear weapons and basically just threats to death to America or just to the government?
You get threats on a daily basis from several people, several regimes, even some nations, I guess. It's really more so about the merit of said threats or specifically what they're threatening, which is more so the institution of American imperialism versus Americans, although we can sometimes be the brunt of those threats to get a response. I think I don't want anyone to have nukes. I think we do a lot of fear mongering on other nations having nukes when the only one who's used one is the U.S. I think that they have been away from having a nuke for years, and they don't seem to be very interested in that. Quite frankly, it is just an insurance policy, no different from their ballistic missiles for the most part. So I think we have every reason to continue to do what we were doing before Trump stepped on the scene, which is have a diplomatic method of ensuring that they do not have nukes. We were quite literally the safest from nuclear extinction under Obama, with the enrichment not being over 3.6%. And Donald Trump said, "Fuck that." So here we are. I really don't know how to compliment Trump on something that he directly instigated.
Yeah.
So Iranian people, which obviously are great and to be respected, and they're very pro-America. Obviously, it's, the Iranian government that we had an issue with. Any Iranian citizen that was very anti-government, as you know, they committed murders against their citizens. That's true and proven.
So have we.
So have we.
Yes.
America kills citizens for freedom of speech?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Also, real quick, Lynatti, I'm going to drop you out of call-in studio. I'm done with no more calls. So I'm just going to drop you out. Don't freak out. Yes. Are you familiar with, we technically have a history of doing things like that anyway. Oh, but if we talk about just recently, this year, Keith Porter Jr., Renee Nicole Good, Alex Preddy. Prior to that, you had Ruben Martinez. all U.S. citizens shot and killed by agents of DHS.
I don't know, were they shot at by them, or I don't have that information in front of me. I mean, they didn't just blatantly execute them, right? I mean, were they threatened? Were the agents threatened?
Renee Nicole Good, Alex Preddy specifically, I would very much say that they were executed, shot point blank in the face, Renee Nicole Good, for going the opposite direction of an agent, and then one on the ground, completely restrained by 5 to 7 agents, was popped in the back. So, yeah.
Let me look at that. Renee Nicole Good. So this is the 37-year-old poet and mother, fatally shot by ICE.
Mm-hmm.
She was shot in her car. The incident has become flashpoint. Shooting, according to the video, Agent Ross fired 3 shots through the windshield as the car was coming onto them. Is that they were actually driving into the agents and then they shot?
No, she was not. She was driving away from them, not into them. Even Officer Ross's own video cam footage proves that.
No, I mean that's not something that I support. I think that was just a bad agent. But I'm talking about an Iranian government that does this on a regular basis.
So
I mean,
here's the problem with the bad agent comment. The bad agent was protected by the Trump administration. The bad agent had coverage such as the President of the United States going straight to social media and several interviews and press conferences and saying things like, she's a domestic terrorist. He called Alex Preddy a gunman simply because he had his firearm on him, the license to carry it in public, when he was shot and killed. And then the President of the United States said, well, he shouldn't have had a gun. So it's not about a bad agent being a bad agent. I would agree with you if corrective action was taken against that agent. It was literally Kristi Noem at the time, DHS, Stephen Miller, all the way up to the president protected them. They justified it. In some cases, I would argue that they welcomed it.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That's not a good thing. I'm just looking at something about the protection for the agent and understanding how this is legally yes, the question was whether ICE agent was protected has become one of the most heated legal debates. I see the claim absolute immunity. So immediately after the shooting, J.D. Vance and the other federal officers asserted that was protected by absolute immunity because he was performing his official duties.
No, Brousseau v. Hagen, it's actually, Brousseau v. Haugen, it's a Supreme Court ruling that was in 2014, I might be off on the year, that states that just because a vehicle is driving, it's about officer-induced jeopardy. And if an officer places themselves in front of a vehicle that is on and running, that it does not give them the permission, we'll just say that, in order to fire shots at the driver. It's actually against Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Justice own use of force manual to shoot at a suspect in a moving vehicle because you don't know what else is going to occur once you incapacitate the driver of a vehicle. And then if you look at Barnes v. Felix, which was another Supreme Court decision decided in 2025 in a 920 ruling that stated that when it comes to officer-involved shootings, that you have to look at the entire picture. So the moments leading up to it, the moments following, in order to paint the picture, see if it was justified. And I believe, my personal opinion, I am not an attorney. It would be illegal for me to claim to be one, so I am not an attorney. Because at the end of his own recording, he is heard saying fucking bitch and then denied medical care of a doctor that was on scene to check her vitals and to see if she was okay. That dismantles the self-defense argument immediately and shows intent.
Yeah, it says that Renee's family is attempting to sue, but they face the Bivens barrier, which is the Supreme Court has made it increasingly difficult to sue individual federal agents for constitutional violation. Yeah. They may have to use the U.S. government, I guess the tort claims, the FTCA, the Federal Tort Claims Act, which is a long, difficult process.
Yeah.
But hopefully she'll get some benefit from that. Yeah, I agree with you guys on that. I agree with you guys on that. What are your thoughts on what happened to Israel on the 8th and this war with Hamas and obviously...
Are you talking about October 7th?
October 7th, rather, yeah. And then, the U.S. kind of supporting them.
Going around.
Now, was it? Yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on, the fact that, really they're in my opinion, they're really, the only, I guess, our closest friend and ally. We have many in the Middle East, but they kind of keep an eye out for us. But I'm just curious what your thoughts are in terms of that. Does Israel deserve our support? Are you backing Israel? I mean, what are your thoughts on that matter?
I think we shouldn't give them a single dollar when it comes to offensive weapons. I don't think that we should allow them to have as much influence as they do in our elections, via AIPAC or otherwise. You can have a closest friend and ally, allegedly, without letting them step all over you. So.
Yeah, and they seem to be pulling Trump by the proverbial nose ring.
Also, nobody talks about what happened on the 5th and what Israel did to settlers there.
They never do.
Or Palestinians there, not the settlers.
All right.
7 years before then.
Are you pro-Israel? Or are you anti-Israel? Or are you kind of in the middle?
I am against the Israeli government's actions that they have been following and instigating with other countries since their inception, with attempting to invade, seize land from other countries, and basically their imperialistic nature, just of the government.
I have to stop you there because I don't understand what you mean. How is Israel invading other countries? I've never heard of that in my life.
Do you know what they're doing to Lebanon right now?
The Gaza Strip was left for the Palestinians to do something with it.
And
what happened to the Gaza Strip? What did they do?
Yeah, so they slowly...
built tunnels. They built tunnels to eventually take over Israel from the land to
No,
the
they
sea,
didn't.
remember?
No, that's... Oh, my goodness.
They didn't build the tunnels on true? That's not real?
They built tunnels after the fact. But if we look at Gaza, Israel has slowly encroached upon Gaza since 1948, right? Where countries establish Israel as its own, right? Where we've acknowledged their existence as a country. They have been encroaching on Gaza since 1948. The strip has become increasingly smaller, similar enough to what they did to Jerusalem, right? And everything like that. And then if you also will look at Lebanon, where they've also slowly invaded and pushed in towards Lebanon, and that's actively what they're doing right now. Is they have promised they've done this ceasefire, but they've still moved their ground troops into Lebanon and have claimed territory within Lebanon.
So, who owns Israel? I mean, is Israel legally should Israel legally be there, in your opinion?
Israel has the right to self-exist. I've never said anything against that. Again, it's my issue is with the Israeli government and their actions that they take on the surrounding nations, but with their government, because it's not the people who are doing this. It is at the direction of their government. And in the year of our Lord, 2026, no country should be acting imperialistic.
But didn't Israel remove settlements in 2005, and basically the Gaza Strip was left for the Palestinians to do what they will?
No, it was never left to the Palestinians to do what they will. It's been an open air prison for a long time because they've built up walls.
The last Israeli soldiers left the Gaza Strip in 2005. And the Erez crossing was closed, ending 38 years of military presence. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Am I true? Did they not come back?
I detect and I respect you guys up until your rhetoric about Israel. I think you both appear to be anti-Semites, and that's what's
No,
sad
I'm
about you
anti
guys.
their governments. I
No,
no, I don't think you
it's
understand what the
not
difference is.
a good
No,
position.
I actually can, because under the direction of Bibi Netanyahu specifically, they have continued to
Okay.
encroach and they have continued to bomb surrounding nations after surrounding nations have not done it. Being against their government is not anti-Semitic. Perhaps you should look into
What are they
more.
supposed to do
I'm
with
going to mute
Hamas
you.
bombing?
Okay. So right now you're muted because you've been very polite, but now you've started to interrupt, and I'm not dealing with that, okay? I'm also not dealing with something that I'm not anti-Semitic. I've actually done my research on this, okay? You don't understand. You can be anti somebody's government and not be anti the entire populace. Oh, and he hung up.
I really wanted to ask him, because I love when they say that. What about what we said was anti-Semitic?
That's a good point.
You guys love throwing that word around. I am more than willing to engage in a conversation with anyone about anything we said here was anti-Semitic, because I, quite frankly, toned down my damn answer. I'm super curious. That sounds like a straight Zio if we're keeping it $1.50 here.
That's true. I agree with that. It just frustrates me, somebody that says that. I'm trying to type this in. Let's see. It just annoys me. No, I'm just against the way that their government operates and the way that they've continued to act imperialistic in the 21st century outside the scope. I do remember, and I can't find it for the life of me because I don't remember the representative's name, but there was a representative in Congress that had made an ex post about how Donald Trump ended 12 wars, because I finally found where he made that claim last year. And 7 of the 12 were all Israel with another country. They made up the majority of it because they were continuing to bomb Lebanon, Jordan. I think they even attacked Egypt. But they continue to bomb their surrounding nations. They've encroached upon Lebanon heavily. That's not what it is. It's literally the government that is causing the issues. It's not the fault of the people.
6,000%. You specified their government as well.
Goodness me. Yeah, I truly don't get it. All right, we're going to read through some super chats real quick. So, guys, stick around as we read through these. And let's see, where'd my window go? It disappeared. Okay. Thank you, No Name, for the hearts. Thank you, Luis, for the keep doing what you do. Appreciate you. Oil futures trade March. I'll have to look into the March 23rd oil futures trade. Do you know what that is?
No, not quite. I'll look.
Okay, I've never heard about that before. Thank you, Lindy, for the jewels, and Mickey, thank you also for the jewels. Northside Pigeon says, digging this collab, great chemistry. Happy I finally got a chance to see Hectorr live. Ooh. I know Feisty holds him in the highest regard. I can see why. Mostly he talks about his dome.
That's true.
That is true. Tori, thank you for the Swedish. I can't remember what the K stands for. As a Swede with family in the U.S. ever since Trump happened, visiting the U.S. just feels so unsafe. Yeah, probably. Antifa membership dues from the club president. Hey, thank you, Michi. Luis, thank you for being here. Keep them big smiles. I don't think Hectorr smiled as much, but you know, that's more of a thing that's said to women. You gotta smile more.
Smile when I laughed at some of the crazy comments we heard. Never remember January 8th.
Yeah, never forget, guys. January 8th. Praise be. That's gonna be a great one. Moose, thank you. In America, that is why you need to pay attention in history class and in your geography class, as well as basic understanding of how to read a map. JP says, Ari and Hectorr, patience in I am lacking. You're better than me, a haiku. That was cute.
I was starting to lose it. I was like, what?
There's a couple more. I would like to see actual paperwork on the last this caller or on the last time this caller wiped.
You're awesome.
Bruh. Legit look it up, reputable sources covering it. Okay. Well, I don't have time right now because we're gonna send everybody over to see Mia. But I've screen grabbed it. I will look at it in a bit. It's fascinating to watch people come up and have no idea what has happened or what is happening. Please encourage them to read a book. Thank you for trying to educate them. Thank you, Scales. Yeah, we try. Chris, I think you may need to add to your routine question. How old are you? How far did you go at school? That's so mean. I could not do that. Current caller, this is Wakanda again. He's having a roll over in the tube chat. I love it. The current caller clearly hasn't wiped in a long time. My nose is watering from the cheese whiz and red cabbage aroma. Please tell him to sniff his hand and go away.
Cheese whiz and red cabbage is crazy.
He always has the funniest comments. P.O., thank you. Pro tip, just looked up smoothie Skittles near me, and it looks like they're mainly at liquor stores, which I'm sure you'll need to go to after you're live anyway. If I drank, maybe. Kramer, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits, and thank you again for the 50 bits with all the shamrocks. We'll have to look into them. Okay, guys. Final reminder. If you are not already following or subscribed to Hectorr, do it right now. If you are watching over on TikTok, stay around for a second because we're going to make sure you get over to Mia. Over on YouTube, you guys are going to be redirected there automatically. Twitch, if you want to find me someone to raid, we'll do that. But good night over on YouTube. Hectorr's link is in the description. Go hit subscribe on his channel. And y'all have a great rest of your evening.
One more thing, quickly.
Yes.
Before you end YouTube, I want to make something super duper clear. If you want to talk about the direct occupation of Israel up until 2005 and the way they've indirectly they were still there, okay? It was under the guise of military operations. It was under the guise of H-led attacks, which some of that part is true. But they very much were still occupying the region. They maintained the blockade all the way up until now. So it's just disingenuous to say that they were just gone and they left Palestinians alone. That's not the case at all. Not to mention, if you want to talk about what they had to do to tackle Hamas, can you tell me that the over 60-something thousand people that were unalive, majority being women and children, were Hamas? I don't know how you can justify that. Over 1,200 people. They're both tragedies, but one did not need to happen. Both of them didn't need to happen. One specifically, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and also, to be very clear, guys, Israel was funding Hamas up until October 7, 2023, so